Hello my friends, it's a very warm welcome from me. My name is Red Rob UK. Now tonight what I thought I'd do, because I've had a bit of an influx of newish players, I wouldn't say noobs but newish players, and I've seen in like zone chat and guild chat and such as a bit of confusion on trading. Now as we all know, trading is a good way of making a few bob, a few bit of coin, but there does seem to be some confusion. Now I thought I'd give you my take on it, and I am by no means an expert.
What is it?
I don't really go into all the trading, I just do it as a bit of a sideline, but I do, it depends, I do make a few bob on it now and again. Just basically selling all the crap that I don't want. So I thought what I'd do is I'd do my take on it. And as you can see, we're in Daggerfall at the moment. And obviously your traders, your guild traders, and this is specifically only for guild traders, not your normal traders. Obviously all over the map. And it's signified by this symbol here, and as you can see there, all the guild traders and all your different clan trades, guild. Okay, now the likes of these ones, obviously these are the ones where you come shopping, but you won't be able to sell your gear in any of these. You have to belong to a guild. And as you are aware, and anybody who's notes, who does watch me streams regular, will know that I'm actually in 3 guilds. So I've got Underwood, Pink Jellyfish and Nads. And as you can see, we've got Guild Trader there. Mishka's got that one, and we didn't get a bid on that one, we lost a bid on that one. And the way it works, just to clarify, is your guild master, obviously in our case either Mishka or Pumpkin, puts a blind bid in for a trader, and then on a Sunday night you either win or you lose that bid. And then it's a mad panic trying to get a trader. I think that's how it works. Not being a guild master, I don't really know. It's just what Pumpkins basically. So what I thought I'd do is do my take on it. Now your guild store, you can access, I mean we could fly over to Vivek I suppose, but you can access it from any bank. Here we go.
Welcome to the Bank of Daggerfall.
So your guild store, so this is the Underwood Guild, or such as, and as you can see I've been having a nose for motifs, which is the main thing, because we had the anniversary boxes and everybody was getting tons of motifs. Obviously I'll just show you, obviously everybody's flogging the motifs. It's actually a good time because some of these you need for your crafting writs, especially your master writs, and everybody needs to do them, so it's a good time to sell. I'll just show you what I've got listed. Obviously this is what I'm selling. just see there. That's what I'm selling. But I mean, if you're on PC, you can get, and I know this because I do actually play this on PC. You can download apps, and you get loads of you can get apps that basically give you prices. Because I think that's where the main confusion comes in. Is prices. He's on the rob there though. And how to price things. And on PS4, you don't really. There's nothing really for you. But so I thought, well, I'll show you what I do. And as I said, I am no expert at it. This is just my take on it. And if anybody else has got any tips or better ways of doing it, obviously just let me know via the chat, or when this goes on YouTube, put it in the comments, because I'd be interested, I must admit. Now, over on Underwood, and I suppose this is for any guild, I'll just stand over here, any guild, there is a fee, and I can imagine most guilds, and don't forget I've said this before, you can get Pacific trading guilds that just do trading, and that's all they do is trading, and they're being set up, and there's massive guilds, you know, people buy a number of guilds or take over a number of guilds or set up a number of guilds for trading. But obviously with Underwood, we're more of a activity guild, more of a social, but we have got a decent trading guild. We are a bit of everything. So if you want to join one of them trading guilds, that's up to you. There's plenty of them around. You'd always see them popping up in zone chat. And again, you'll see, we'll show it after, but you'll see, like, especially the main areas, you know, your big towns like Wayrest, Mournhold, Elden Root, the big three, you know, they're usually like literally syndicates, belong to a syndicate or one person who has all them, and you can tell them because they've got all the same coloured tablets on. You tab it, but you'll see that later. So you can join them, but Underwood is basically an independent with a decent trading. Now,
Welcome to the Bank of Daggerfall.
when it comes to selling stuff, you can sell anything. Anything you've got, you can sell it, and somebody will probably buy it. Now, I'll go through some of the good stuff to sell. What I always find sells well. Personally, I just usually sell me, you know, likes of these ingredients and stuff like that. Obviously, you know, motifs, and you sell them up to 30 days. They'll go in the guild for 30 days. Yeah, me recipes, and I just flog them, because otherwise I'll just be breaking them up. Get rid of them because they fill up me inventory. Let's say that's what I tend to sell. And I do put some gear in there as well, you know, weapons and armour. And now pricing them, when you're pricing stuff up. Now with Underwood, what happens with us, I'll just show you. We've got, it costs us £5 a week to have access to the trader, which, to be honest, is bugger all. I mean, you probably make 5 grand in literally doing a couple of missions. But you'd also make, if you wanted, you could make a lot of money doing that. So for 5 grand, it's buttons. And then what happens is you get access to, let me just show you, the officer channel, which is basically our trading channel. One way it is, especially with new people, and you know, again, give Pumpkin his due, he does advertise this quite well. If you need a price check, you just tag it into the officer channel, and somebody will probably say, right, I'd sell that for such and such. So that's one way. I can only go on our guild. I don't know what happens in other guilds, but that's what we do. Or what I tend to do more
Welcome to the Bank of Daggerfall.
is see if I've got anything I can sell. I haven't really. Just give me a sec, I'll just find.
Welcome to the Bank of.
See if I've got anything I can sell. Oh yeah, I'll take that out.
Welcome to the Bank of Daggerfall.
Oh, shut up. This does get on me nerves, that one. So say I'm going to sell this. Wherever it's gone. You know why, don't you? It's because I locked it. What was it? There it is. Right, robe of Trimac. Right. So if I'm going to sell that, I'm not sure how much I'd get for it. So what I'd do is I'd go, I just check. It is light armour actually. Colour, obviously whatever colour you need, the quality, sorry. So we know it's purple, so. Right, so let's see if anybody's selling anything similar. So Desert Rose for 10k there. War Maiden for 30k. Okay. So what I would say is Desert Rose. Right, so I would say probably put that in 10k plus. I know somebody's selling, what was it? War Maiden. I'm selling that for 30k. So what I'd do then is sell wherever it is. Where's it gone now? There it is. I'll tell you what, just for the exercise, we'll put it in for 10. Right. So there you go. So you got your listing fees, which is 100, and your house cut. Obviously that goes back into the guild bank. You basically your taxes. So we're going to sell that. Okay, so that should be now listed. Right. There you go for 10k. So I always check, especially in my guild, because I tell you what, let's go over to Mournold. travel over to Mornold because that's quite a popular one and a very, very busy one with the shops. But again, with our guild, and again I can only comment on Underwood and such as, we try not to undercut. Now, you do get it, a lot of it. Ooh, have I trained my horse today? Just give me a second, let me train. First rule of the ESO, train your horse. Oh yeah, I've trained. Right. So we go over to Mornold, which is like the popular one. And I love Mornold. Just shopping. It's great. Pick some right bargains up. We'll go into that one in a minute. Okay, because as I said, on the PS4, as far as I'm aware, there's no... Well, yeah, you can't get any apps or anything like that. So one, again, I can only talk for Underwood, I'm not sure about other guilds, but one way we do it is via the officer chat. If you need a PC price check, you just type in or tag in what you've got there, PC at the end, and somebody will get back to you. We're not too bad in our guild because we've got quite a lot of traders, and they're always giving you information. And as I said, oh god, ooh, that was scary. Right, this is Mornold if you haven't seen it before, and this is like the biggest, if not, it's one of the biggest guild store trading hotspots. See, it's quite busy, hence why I've got a house here. And again, what I tend to do as well is, obviously first thing I do is I'll check on our guild, see if anybody's selling anything very similar to what I've got, because obviously the idea is not to undercut your guild members. You want to get the prices up, never mind, because everybody wants to make a lot of money, never mind undercutting people. That's a no-no. Let's just have a look.
May I help you?
So this is another guild, don't ask me, I haven't a clue. It's literally the same setup. See if they're selling anything. Trimac, wasn't it? Or Maiden. Yeah, an 11 guild. Pretty much the same as well. That wasn't far off. So it wasn't far off with 10 guild, 10k. Probably happy with that one. And as I said, most guilds will charge you for access to traders, especially, I mean, again, you can understand why. The simple reason is, as a guild master, you want to try and get the best traders for your guild. Now, we're an independent guild. It's pretty tough for us, to be honest. You know, most of these probably all belong to the same syndicate who pay millions, and I mean millions. You know, I've heard people paying 10 mil for Wayrest. A guild paying 10 mil, so you know, you can't expect a guild master to cough up, say, 10 mil without you chipping in. So it is a case of like, basically you pay your rent, and Pumpkin and AMK, they charge 5k for access. But I know personally myself, if I've had a good week, like I had a good week last week across all 3 of my guilds, sold quite a bit of stuff. Between me and you, I probably made about 100k. So what I done was, I threw 10, like Saturday's my day when I get all me bills paid and all me stock me shops up and such as. So I'd say like 10k each to all of my guilds. If I make a few bob more, I don't mind throwing it in. As I said, 10k and I'm making 30k and I made 100k. You know, can't argue with that. So you will find that most of the guilds, well, they all will. Again, I mean, I know people that are in trading guilds and they get charged from anything from 5 grand to 15 grand, 20 grand. I've heard people paying a week just to be in that trading guild. And no doubt they made the money, otherwise they wouldn't be in it. Simple as that. You're not going to be in a guild that's, if you're not making money and it's costing you 20k a week. What's it, guild? Right, hang on a sec. Might recruit him. Send him an invite later. Right. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about before we move, and luckily enough, as you can see there, that same lad is what we call street trading. Obviously he's not in a guild probably, so what he's doing is he's posting up in zone. He wants to sell all these. There you go. The acronyms are WTS is wants to sell, obviously WTB wants to buy, WTT wants to trade, etc, etc. So he's banged all these on zone chat. It's called street trading, but it's more like eBay. You take your chances. I said you take your chances, and what I would say to you, if you do buy anything from zone chat, cash on delivery, COD, you'd have a look at it first, and if you want it, you send the money. Now again, I don't buy anything like that. Can't see the point of it. If you need something, you just go to a guild store. Simple as. As in life, you know, somebody walks up to you and goes, "Psst, do you want to buy this on the street?" My first reaction is, no. Everybody's like that. Oh, he wants an invite now. I'll have to send him an invite. Yeah. I'll do it in a bit when I finish this. So, right, so we covered buying and
Hello there.
how to price stuff, and as I said, you can sell anything. Now, stuff that does sell, well, to be honest, everything bleeding sells.
Greetings.
Some good stuff to sell. What I find is crafting materials. They usually tend to sell quite good. They tend to sell quite good. Not cheap. And obviously, yeah, see that there. Somebody's selling 200 for 4k, and exactly the same guild, somebody's selling it for 10k. Don't understand that one myself, but yeah, that's a massive. That's £6 difference, for Christ's sake. And the going price is usually about 10k for 200 stack. See, I don't know why people do that in the same guild, but who am I? So crafting materials tend to sell quite well. Weapons, not so much, but you can sell a few. And this sells quite well. And yeah, I'll just show you. Now, when you're selling armor or anything like that, you can sell it at any level, but I must admit, CP 160, until you're like 160, nobody's really going to buy it. So when we're talking armor, now necropotence, that always sells well. Your squidgy mages stuff sells well. War Maiden always sells well. Should go to our guild really, shouldn't I? Let's go to the bank. Looking at somebody else's guild. They'll shoot me. Stick me up on the wall and shoot me. I said Mournold is a good one. I'll show you some of the good, my personal choices in a bit when we're finishing. So let's go to our guild. Do a bit of advertising for Underwood.
If you're looking for the Bank of Mournhold,
okay. Changing me bleeding guild. So as I said, you know, your necropotence always sells well. Mad Tinkers is a good one to sell as well. Spinners is always a good one. Usually your major stuff sells better than anything else. Let's see, heavy armour. Plague Doctors sells well. Seventh Legion, that's always a popular one. Again, I love my 7th Legion, so you'll find out yourselves when you. So weapon, let's just have a look at weapons. So quick nose. So like your staffs usually sell well. Defilers, that's a good one. Necropotence again. And of course, obviously, anything legendary you can usually find as well. Mainly your writs. Wow, somebody's been a bit hopeful there, aren't they? And you, as I crafting material tools like your wax, temper and alloy, you can always get a few bob for them. Cusa, you know, £6 a one. So the likes of them always sell well. Perfect roll. There you go, 20k for one. And that is the going price at the moment. Glyphs. I'm selling that. I'm just keeping my eyes here because I'm seeing what I can sell. That always, Citric Ambrosia, that always sells well. So as I said, literally you can sell anything. Anything and people will buy it. It just saves you. Okay. Now it's like my yeah. This is a classic example. Right, I bought that. Coming back soon. I bought that when the Jesters Festival was on. I needed some to build a tent. You know, the festival tent. And so I was having a look around. I was in Mournold, and I actually seen somebody was selling it 200, a stack of 200 for 13k, which to me was a bargain. Thought I'll have that, so I bought it. And as you can see there, it does the outlaw style, you know, that you get off Thieves Guild motifs. So I bought it, split it. I've kept some of me back myself, obviously, but majority of it split it up into 10 stacks of 10, and as you can see there, I've been selling it for 10k. Now I've sold 3 lots of them, so there's 30k straight away. And what I've done as well was I made one of the Jesters Pavilion tents, if you remember. I stuck one of them. They were going roughly between 15 to 50k, so I banged one in for 30k and I sold that. So for 13k I made 60k. You do the maths. What, 4 or 5 times more? So you always keep an eye out for a bargain. Okay. As I said, always keep an eye out for a bargain. And to that, I will show you my top 3 places where I go shopping. First one's Mournold. I always go to Mournold first, because as I said, most of these are trading guilds, the big trading guilds, and for some reason they all like to undercut each other. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is.
Honest merchant.
Right, so I'll put it all quality. Now, there you go. 29 gold. If you wanted to, you could buy them and probably flog them for 500 all day long. Them I've sold for £1,000. Ooh, treasure maps. can't even give them away. So because what I've seen as well is when I've been doing a bit of shopping and having a look, I've seen people selling the recipes for 9 gold. Well, that's how much you sell them to a trader for, like a normal NPC trader, 9 gold. So I don't understand that, whether people don't know what they're doing or I don't know. Let's just have a quick nose in here.
Anything I can do?
Well, you can't sell that. You'd be lucky to get anything for that because that's bound. If it's bound to your account, basically you won't be able to sell it. So there you go, like, you know, recipes for 100. So you can do a bit of flipping, you know what I mean. Okay. So we covered selling. Oh, there's that guy there. Oh, sorry guys, pressed the wrong button there. Right, sorry about that, pressed the wrong button. It just reminded me, so like, you've got more and old there. And what I also like to do, one of my other favourites is, where the bloody hell is it? Reaper's March. This place, whatever it's called. And this is another one of my favourites, shopping haunts. Do you know what I do need? What I'll do is I'll buy something. I don't know what, like, but we'll see. Just to show you how we buy stuff. As I said, this is just the very basics of it. I mean, no expert. Okay, so see these lot. Now these all do belong to, I know this, these all belong to the same guilds. In fact, I actually think the Ragugan guilds. Let's have a look, see what you've got. So you can potion, you buy anything. He's got nothing to want us out.
Your money is mine. Alot, no. See, most of the recipes I know already. What's that? Witchman's belt. Oh, that's not too bad, that actually. Tell you what, I'll buy that. So it's select, obviously, square. Let me show you when I buy this. Yes. Now what'll happen is, that'll go straight into your mail, or it will pop up in your mail after a while. So this is another one of my favourite haunts for
Care to
shopping.
bargain?
So you get pretty, you know, they can get a bit cheap around here, and then they can get a bit expensive. There's a mad rush on. These are the best sellers at the moment, because obviously because of the anniversary. So your buoyant armature stuff and that, and your worm culls, the prices are start going up. Torture wheel. Ugh. Let's see. But again, I heard of somebody who was actually selling worm cult stuff for 1,000 gold. Seriously, I wish I'd been there. Okay. Okay, so that's another one. Now, and another place I like to go is there's a place in, I think, well, it is the favourite with a lot of people, is in Craglawn, down here somewhere. Is it that place there? No. Where's the town? There. Now, a lot of people like to go there, do the shopping. It's quite a popular one. And again, obviously you've got your three main towns, Wayrest, Mournhold and Elden Root. One of my favourites, I must admit, is Riften. Good old Riften. I do like Riften. So I do have a nose here now and there. The guild traders are just outside the city. So we'll make our way to there. And then what I'll do then is, because we covered buying, selling, looking for bargains. Just trying to think off the top of my head what else I need to. Again, it's just loading in here. Always check, no matter what it is, always check the prices. As I said, the only way you really do it on the PS4, what I've found, and there might be a better way, but and if there is, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll drag him in a minute. Yeah, there's my that thing I bought before. There you go. Usually that's what happens when you travel to a way shrine, it usually pops up. So that's that thing I bought there. Now what I'm going to do with that is I'll knock it up to purple, and I'll probably sell it for £1 or £2, but I'll check. I'll take that. Okay, let's just send them a message. Need to invite that guy as well. What I messaged Pet Pumpkin before, and hopefully AKM is on as well. Yeah, because what I was going to do is get them in, and basically, because obviously, to be honest, they're experts at it. Don't tell them I said that, otherwise they get a bit big at it, especially Pumpkin. He thinks he's awesome as it is. But I'll get him in a minute. And basically they'll be able to tell you a lot more and do's and don'ts and such as about buying and selling. As I said, they know a lot more than what I do. but we just these are the guilds down here, and sorry, the guild traders down here in Riften. They're actually good ones, to be honest. Always pick a bargain up around here. They're personally, they're my three. Outside of my own guild, they're my three favourite places to come and have a look. And price check as well. Now, one thing Anne, AMK, did ask me to say is, where's the bloody bank in here? Yeah, there it is. Is quite a common mistake. And don't worry, we've all done it all. We've done it, and I've done it myself. Is just be careful when depositing. If I can bloody find it. It should be. Oh, there it is there. The amount of times I've been up here and I still lose my way. Is depositing in your guild bank. As I said, we've all done it, so don't worry.
Greetings, traveller. Not even Sin Mer can
So
shut
obviously
us.
with our bank, you deposit gold inside your 5k. Tell you what, I'll throw. But just be very careful you don't throw. I mean, I'll throw a grand in, but you know, quite easily, take it from me, you can throw 10 or 100,000. So you make your deposits, or even we've had people. There you go. Right, I've just sent a grand over there.
Greetings, traveller.
Even like you're depositing what you think you're depositing. I know it sounds silly, but you deposit, you know, your own currency, and you're actually putting it into a guild bank. Now, as I said, oh, there's Snow. Let's say hello to Snow. He's another guild member. Young German lad he is. So as I said, Anne did ask me to point that out because it is a common mistake, and it has happened, to us, as in our guild. People are putting, you know, they meant to put 5k in and they've put 50k in. Obviously Ben sends you know, as soon as the email Ben, Pumpkin, he sends the money straight back, no arguments. Sorry, bang, there you go. Not every guild's like that. Take it from me. Some of the horror stories I've heard or I've seen on zone chat, fights going on because of that. You know, it can turn nasty. So just be careful. And I will go with AMK's tip of the day today. And this is what she did actually tell me to say. Be careful, take it slow. No matter what you're doing, especially with your bankers, don't forget that that's your gold at the end of the day. I know it's not real money, but it's your gold, you've earned it. Just take it slow, don't be rushing, otherwise you will make mistakes. And again, when you're doing your crafting and your writs, just take it nice and slow, because it can be costly if you make a mistake. So there you go, that's your AMK tip of the day. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll see if Pumpkin's available. There you go, look, people selling in zone chat. That's with our guild, what Pumpkin has basically said in the message of the day. And I think Mishka's done it as well. there you go, look. New members can get free trading access for the week, for the remainder of the week. Yeah, and that's something that they do kick out. No buying and selling in guild chat. No undercutting, as you can see there. No undercutting. Because we want to bump the prices up, for Christ's sake. You know, the more money we all make, the better. So we don't have any buying and selling in guild chat, otherwise it just ends up with, yeah, just send. Group. You know, I've done it the wrong way there, didn't I? There he is. Wonder if hands on? No, hands not on.
Hello.
Good evening, young man, and how are you?
I'm good. You alright?
I'm not too bad, mate. Yeah, not too bad. I just said I was going to drag you in because you're the expert.
Yeah, I wouldn't say expert, but
Well, I did say keep it quiet because he thinks he's awesome already.
I didn't say that. I said, anyway, you know what I said.
You can't hide for toffee though, people, because I find them dead easy. Right. I've just literally gone on about, you know, what Anne was talking about the other night about the depositing in guild banks.
Yep.
And just be very careful, because it does happen, and we've all done it, where we've sent a bit too much than what we wanted to. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, you can, but like, if you have any problem, you just message whoever the guildmaster is.
well, that's what I said. I said, you know, give Pumpkin his due. He is a decent guy, and when that happened, basically, he sent the money straight back over. Yeah. Oh, here he is.
I'm not a thief.
No, you leave that to me. There. So I've mentioned that, but what I've covered is selling, price checks. I said we're quite lucky with Underwoods because we've got the offset channel, and basically if anybody needs a price check, they put it up there, and somebody generally gets back to them within seconds, really.
Yeah, we use that as a trade channel.
Yeah.
Only for people that help to hire the traders.
Well,
The reason being that we did in the past have some people come in and they were street selling, you know, like in zone chat, and they were asking for price checks, which we're giving them willingly. And then I'm seeing the guy selling the stuff that I've just price checked for him on the street, and he wasn't paying rent.
And I've explained about, obviously, our guild is, you know, you charge 5k for access to the trader.
Yeah.
But again, the reason why to do that is because, you know, we want the best traders, which is going to cost us. So simple as, you know.
And we have to hire them every week, every Sunday.
Yeah, well, I've explained that one as well. Gone through that.
Cool.
What else I've done as well? Oh, buying. So I'm just showing people my favourite haunts, actually. As in Mournhold. I love rifting. I always pick a bargain up in rifting. So we're talking about buying stuff and how to buy stuff. As I said at the start of it, there seems to be, especially with the new influx that we've had, it just seems to be a bit of confusion over buying and selling in guilds. It's it's quite. It does take a bit of time to get used to, and obviously you've got your trading guilds. You know, that's all they do is trading, whereas we do a bit of everything. And we've got a decent trader, but we like our activities as well.
Yeah, and like not everybody trades, so not everyone in Underwood is a trader, and that's cool.
Yeah.
There's other guilds that you could join that are just purely trading guilds. They advertise as such, and they require every member to be a trader to pay whatever the weekly. Mostly it's about 5k in Europe. I heard in America it's more.
Yeah, I've heard 15, 20k people are paying, but as you said, they're the trader guilds. They're the big boys. They're the ones that have got more old and way rest and all the rest of it.
And other ones in Europe, though, I think the 5k is about standard.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's in America.
Yeah. So it's, but you know, you can understand, and as I said before, 5k, bloody hell, you make that in a couple of quests, and the money.
We should charge more. Hey,
Shut off, you. But as I've said before, I mean, I don't mind if I have a good week. I don't mind. I'll throw 10, 15, 20k. You know yourself. You look at the thingies. You know what's coming in.
Yeah.
If I have a good week, you get more money. Simple as.
The more that everyone puts in, the safer our bid is, and the bid system's very different in this game to any other game, really. It's a single blind auction, so you can only put one bid on one trader, and you don't get a second chance. If someone put a higher bid, you don't win. They win.
But as you well know, it can be costly, very costly.
Yeah.
So obviously, support your guilds, people. That's what I'm saying. Support your guild. That should be, as well as being nice. In fact, I've got to send an invite to some fella actually. He asked me. I'll have to find his name later in the chat. He asked me what guild I was in, so I said I'll send him an invite after the stream now. Otherwise it'll go. Right, so come on then, Mr. Expert. Oh, you know more about. You know more. No, just tell us your tips and your on. Yeah, we're going to have a look in Riften. We'll do a bit
Okay, so yeah, like Riften, the guilds here, they're not as big usually as the one like you've got like Mournhold, Wayrest, the big tree, Eldenroot.
Yeah.
Those are where the major, there's big alliance guilds and stuff.
Yeah.
Some independent ones as well. They will be really well stocked. You'll find everything you want.
Oh,
those guilds.
Yeah, that's a thing.
If you want to bargain though, you need to get out in the country. Look around, but like you might not find everything that you're looking for. That would be something I'd suggest. Like, go shopping, look around different places.
Well, like that poor fella in Cold Harbor that sits there on his own.
Yeah, well, you never know what's going to be in there. Like,
they
might have some cheap something.
Do your trade.
And I was said before, again, I'll mention it again, about seasonal stuff. Like, obviously at the moment, the big one that everybody's selling is your motifs. That they all got off the anniversary stuff. So that's the big one.
Well, just in this guild here, there's some blue recipes for 410.
Is there? Jesus.
That's a pretty good price. Either you could buy those and sell them on for more, quite a lot more.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to learn them.
Mournhold, he was selling them for it was like 50 gold, 29 gold for green recipes. I said you can get 500k, no problems with them. So always worth.
A lot of them though.
Yeah. Always worth having a nose around. So yeah, seasonal stuff you'll get, likes of Halloween. Obviously, you've got your Hollow Jack stuff. Going cheap. The Jesters Festival that we had, everybody was selling that stuff cheap. But the prices even out and they go back up again.
Hollow Jack's a good one. There's Hollow Jack motif in this guild Gaia's Nomads for 5,000.
Yeah,
During the festival, they were in guild stores for 500.
yeah,
If you wanted to stock up on them, then you could be selling them now.
yeah.
Uh,
Buy, you know, get them cheap, buy them cheap, and then just literally sit on them until a few months later, and then, as Pumpkins just said there, you know, they're going for 5 grand, 10 times the price. There's money to be made there.
if you need inventory space, though, too.
Yes.
I've got plenty of that.
Hmm.
Yeah, hello Jack.
See, in here, there's blue crafting motifs, like the plain ones, Khajiit, High Elf, 200 coins. They sell regularly for 1,000.
Right.
There's another thing, like, you could buy them. They get, you know, that's, if you look around, like, I don't know, I don't want to tell people to go to our shop in Vivek City, but there's cheaper motifs here. Just
Yeah.
somebody should buy those and sell them.
I'm surprised you haven't bought them. Just flipped them. And what would you say would be obviously the best stuff to sell? I mean, I know you can sell literally everything. You know, no matter what, you can sell it. Somebody will buy it eventually. But I would say, you know, like the crafting materials always seems to be a good seller.
I think what you have to do is have a look what's in your guild and what's listed already, and figure out what's not listed, and open that up. Get your own niche. That's how
Yeah.
you make good money. Is before everyone jumps in on it.
Yeah. Treasure maps. Oh God.
How much are the treasure maps?
100. There's 2 there for 100. A couple for
Are you been
300.
doing them?
I've been them all. Absolutely, I can't stand them. I had about 40 in my bank. I've just binned a lot. I only do my survey maps now. And again, I tried selling them and nobody buys them, so... Yeah, look, somebody's selling. They've probably made that wrongly there. Somebody's selling CP 150 Ruby Ash Inferno staffs. They've made them for the writs and made them wrong. As I said, when you're doing your writs, as in you better take it easy. That's AMK's tip of the day. Take it slow, make no mistakes. You rush, you make mistakes. Like that idiot has there.
Oh, Rob, those ones are intricate. They're ones that you buy those to level up your crafting.
I've never seen that.
And 300's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
Then they'll sell for more like 900,000 sometimes. It will sell so long as it's not been flooded.
And again, you get your writs, your master writs. You can sell them as well. Usually, ground price on them is what, 900 to 1,000 a voucher.
Not really sure right now. It was 1,000, then it was 500. Need to look in the history to see if there were any sold. Guild history.
I've sold a couple. I usually bang them in for like 1,000 a writ. So I think I've sold a couple for like 6 grand. There you go, look, there's your materials there. Always seem to sell well, materials. Always seem to sell well. Right, you know what, I think we've covered just about everything at the moment. We're just nosing for bargains now, aren't we? See if we can pick up anything cheap.
There's a couple of mercenary motifs in there for 500.
You probably get about 2k for them.
You will, yeah.
They are them and like the Thieves Guild and the what else is there? You don't get much for them at the moment, but 500, as I said, you could probably flip them for 2k, no problem.
Yeah, they do sell for 2k. A little bit of patience is needed too. Like, you can put them in for 2k, they might sell in a week.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, you can put them in for a K, but you know, depends what you want.
And what I said as well before was about, you know, places like Mournhold. We don't do it in our guild, and I showed them the message of the day. Basically, one is like no selling in guild chat because we don't want that. There's enough of that inside. But another one was undercutting.
Yeah.
You know, and the way I price stuff is basically I'll have a look, see if anybody's selling anything similar in our guild, and I'll bang mine in because I think Mage is selling a robe at the moment. It's like 10k. Now I know Mage knows what he's talking about, so I had a spare one, so I've put that in for 10k because that's literally like the same as what Mage was putting it in. So, you know, I don't want to undercut anybody. The idea is for everybody to make as much money as possible. So,
yeah,
you know, keep the prices
capitalism,
up.
baby.
Yeah, that's the one.
You know,
we all want to make some gold. But, or you could just find Pumpkin. He gives 50k away like nobody's to buy.
Yep. You know that.
Yep, too right. He's paid for my bank space. That's all I found him that many times. I got enough max me bag space and max me bank space out. But obviously, like some Mournhold and what's the place in Reaper's March? You know, they're always they're always undercutting each other down there. So, but let them get on with it.
Yeah, what it is really, it's like, say if you had item or stack of for say 10 grand, and that's like the price point, and you can look in the history and see that it does sell for 10 grand.
Yeah.
And what undercutting is somebody will come in and put a stack in for, you know, 9 grand or 9999 or some shit like that, and then the cheaper one will sell, and he'll notice that and put another one straight back in. So the fella that has his in for 10, it never sells. It just sits there all for 30 days, and he doesn't get his sale. So whereas if the other bloke had put his in for 10 next to it, then they probably will both sell. You know.
But I don't.
It's
I don't understand.
If you do that, it's your guildmate you're doing it to.
Exactly.
Who's also has to pay the rent, and you know it's not cool, man, and it will drive the prices down, because if everybody does that to everybody, we'll end up running around farming or whatever, or selling our stuff and not getting any money.
For buttons.
And but you know, the good thing in this game, you can only list 30 items at a time, so there's always something else you can be selling.
Yeah. And as I said, that lasts for 30 days, and then you get your stuff back, and you don't get charged any fees for that either, do you?
No, not when it returns. You pay your listing fee, which you lose if you delist it.
Yeah. So if you take it back out.
Yeah, I think it's 3%, and then 7% is for the guild. That goes into the guild bank on the sale. That's like sales tax.
So there again, the more traders you have, the better the guild, or the better the trader it is, and we sell more stuff. Obviously the money flows back into the bank, and therefore the more money we got, you know, we can better traders. But we're not doing too bad. I'm just having a look at the motifs now. Let's see if anybody slips up and pull Worm's Cult in for like 10 grand. If so, it's mine.
It might have already been scoured.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, if I find one of them, I'm filling my lottery ticket in, I think.
I think there's two. I saw two in Underwood for 500k.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's too much, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I've got a couple there. One's 150, one's 160, but I've got another one sitting there. But I'm going to leave it for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to bang that in for about 250, 300, because you can see the prices started creeping up now. now the anniversary thing's over. Okay, let's just have a quick nose, see what these have got. Yeah, see, there's one here for 217. Akhaveri stuff sells quite well because you need
Yeah, it costs a lot of VP,
that.
so buy that in Cyrodiil, your alliance points.
I think I've sold a couple of them for about 50k. Again, you need them for your writs. You always get Akhaveri stuff. So guys, I'm just taking the time to just do a bit of shopping as well. I do like me shopping trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing, is you can flip stuff like that. The other thing, which probably more people do, is farming.
Yeah. Well,
I can show you a couple of farm spots if you like.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. This is more just on traders. I was telling them about I bought some rogue soot. You know, when the Jester Festival was on, I seen some for 13k for a stack of 200. So I needed it for me, you know, them Jester tents that I made. So I bought it. I broke it down into stacks of 10, put it on for 10k. I've already sold 3 of them, plus a Jester tent, so I've made 60k for 13k, and
Yeah.
I've still got loads of rogue soot. So when the anniversary for the Thieves Guild and the Assassin's Dark Brotherhood comes on, because everybody will be getting the outlaw motifs, I'll bang it back in again and get a few more bob off it.
Yeah,
There
good
you
thinking.
There you go. So yeah, I'm learning. It does sink in sometimes, you know.
Hey, and it's fun. It's like, it's this whole other game within the game.
Oh god, yeah.
The
Yeah.
economy.
And the wars that go on. Oh god, it's worse than bleeding Coronation Street sometimes.
I mean, the guild, inter-guild politics.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the guild wars. Ooh, it is funny sometimes, but yeah, we don't get involved in things like that.
No, certainly not in a public forum. We don't get involved in anything like that.
Yeah, tell me about it. We shall keep quiet. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to end the stream on there. So, nice one for turning up, Pumpkin, and
No worries.
having your input on that one. I said he
Well,
knows.
Stylish, I was meant to play Blood Bowl with Stylish, and I
Alright.
don't know where he is. He's afraid.
Do you know what? He's probably fell asleep after that bike ride. it's always the day after, isn't it? When you're knackered. Oh, he's probably tucked in sleep. He's probably tucked a knock somewhere. So yeah, nice one. As I said, I got Pumpkin in basically because he knows a lot more about it than I do. He's been doing it a lot longer than me. So obviously, thanks for that. Thanks for
No worries.
Have you trimmed your beard? Your beard doesn't look as long. We've all got beard envy over this beard. Not about his gut, but his beard. I think he's been eating too many sweet rolls myself, but you know. Alright, look, there you go. Explains a lot, doesn't it? Explains a lot. We'll have to get you running, doing some world bosses and running around. Alright mate, so nice one for that. So as I said guys, what I'll do is I'll end the stream. We'll get back to normal during the end of the week. We'll get back on Bumnog and do some side missions. So that's just a very basic on guild traders, buying and selling. I hope you found it helpful. So thanks a lot, and nice one for joining me, matey.
No worries, anytime.
I'll catch you all later. When I press the right button, that is.